But the problem is that these confessions every night are not moving anything. People know that the words in some ways are being put into their mouths, and what people want to know is, can this be resolved in 24 hours, or are you going to keep them for another 11 days, or will you put them on trial? What is happening? I mean, what can be done to stop this immediately?
و مسائلی که این گونه دنبال شده مسئله حل نخواهد شد. واقعا برنامه شما چی است؟ میخواید اینها رو محاکمه بکنید؟ اینها رو میخواید یا 11 روز دیگر نگه دارید؟ برنامه‌تون چی است برای این؟
البته ما نمیخواستیم از طریق پخش اطلاعاتی که از اینا دارن چیزی رو حل بکنیم. این عکس العملی بود به رفتار و انکارهای
We were not willing to solve any problem by having these confessions broadcast. We just wanted to show a reaction to the assertion by the opposite side. If they would have not behaved irrationally, we were not showing them on TV. Of course, we have not broadcast whatever we have from them. Just to clarify the case for the other side, we have shown some pieces. We definitely believe that this issue can be resolved.
Right, Dr. Larijani, are you happy to leave it? Is it?
And there is no need for any trial. Except that the UK government would be interested in settling the case through the trial of trying of these sailors.
Okay, so no trial.
We would be interested definitely in diplomatic channel to settle the problem.
You're saying no trial, but what diplomatic channels? Surely they exist now. Do you want somebody to fly to Tehran from London, Mr. Blair, Mrs. Beckett, or are you happy to deal with the ambassador?
شما فکر میکنید کانال مستقیم دیپلماتیکی بین آقای بلر یا خانم بکت بتونه برقرار بشه، یا اینکه مایل هستین از طریق سفارت این کار انجام بشه؟
نه، مانعی نداره. از طریق طرق مختلف مسئولین بریتانیا و انگلستان میتونن با
I see no problem in having negotiation either with the United Kingdom's authorities or through the ambassadors and the embassies. But rest assured that our sheer interest is to solve the problem as soon as possible. Because there is no interest or benefit in this issue to keep some British soldiers in Iran, to keep them away from their families. From the humanitarian point of view, it would make the exigence for them to return to their families as soon as possible. We would definitely be interested in settling the problem as soon as possible.
Dr. Larijani, Dr. Larijani,
that would depend on
if there is to be no trial, why not release them and then keep negotiating with the British about the problem? They can then give you some pledge about not going into your waters again. But why not release the men and then continue the negotiations if there is to be no trial? They have had no consular access. Will you give them that?
I don't find it a precise proposition or suggestion. Some people have made trespass the Iranian territorial waters. First of all, we have to clarify the case whether it has happened or not. The UK government from the beginning has denied completely this violation. And some other countries such as US and Mr. Bush are saying this is hostage taking. What reason does exist to take hostage for us? We can clearly understand the agit-propping, sensationalism, and we can understand once the language of force and taking position of power, imposing upon the others. What we say, there are two independent countries, a number of the soldiers have made a mistake, have violated the other countries' territorial water. They should be brave enough to admit their mistake, confess to it, and leave.
Right. Dr. Larijani, I
believe there should be a delegation to review the case, to clarify the case first of all.
Right.
To clarify whether they have been in our territorial waters or not.
Yes.
Through sensationalism, you cannot solve the problem. And after that,
Dr. Larijani, let me just...
There is a diplomatic channel and method that could help to solve the problem.
Let's just agree then. You've said no trial, what you want is a delegation that will agree to look at whether there was a violation, and if there was, for Britain to apologize, and then these men will be freed.
Definitely our priority would not be trial, except that the UK government would be insisting of not solving the problem through diplomatic channels. I have already answered your question. Our priority is to solve the problem through diplomatic channels.
Dr. Larijani, thank you very much indeed for talking to us from Tehran. Thank you, sir.